a TARDIS float. I wonder who they're celebrating. What doctor is it? Doctor Who? Who's that? I don't know.
Good morning and welcome to TARDIS Spider. I'm Terry, and today, a hero with no name. We shall return to Alan Kistlers' book, Doctor Who, Celebrating 50 Years, A History, and we shall read about why Doctor Who has no proper name. So let's go to our video and enjoy A Hero with No Name. The Hero with No Name. Sidney Newman never considered a real name for the Doctor. In An Unearthly Child, Susan attends Coal Hill School under the alias Susan Foreman, apparently taking the surname from the fact that the TARDIS is parked in I. M. Foreman's scrapyard. Some tie-in novels proposed that I. M. Foreman was a fellow Time Lord and a friend of the Doctor. Naturally, Ian later addresses the girl's grandfather as Dr. Foreman. The Doctor responds in confusion, "Eh? Doctor Who?" This became a running joke in several episodes across the decades. While Doctor Who was originally meant to be the character's alias, it instead became a question for the audience. In the episodes of Doctor Who he's written, Stephen Moffat has repeatedly brought attention to the secret of the Doctor's real name. Yet the classic program didn't focus on this much. People found it strange at first that this person only used a title, but they all quickly accepted the matter, except in Seventh Doctor stories, where a larger mystery was implied. By the program's 10th year, we meet other Time Lords with strange titles. The Monk, the War Chief, the Master. One might assume that the Doctor's people only used titles, but along with Susan, the classic Doctor Who program introduced us to Time Lords who did have names. Morbius, Barusa, Spandrel, Goth, Runcible, Romana Varatnalundar, and others. In 1972, Piccolo Books published The Making of Doctor Who, the first non-fiction book to delve into the popular TV program. Written by Malcolm Hulke and Terrence Dix, the book suggested the Doctor's original name among his people was expressed as... Several readers accepted this as fact, while others were more skeptical, as tie-in materials didn't always agree with what became canon for the show. For instance, the Dalek comic strips have a very different origin for the creatures than what was revealed in Doctor Who. They also said that Dalek armor was made from a metal called Dalekanium, whereas the classic Doctor Who program referred to it as bonded polycarbide and used the word Dalekanium to refer to an explosive capable of destroying Dalek casings. In the 1977 story, The Deadly Assassin, it was said that the Doctor was a member of the Prydonian clan of Time Lords, and that Prydonians who turned their backs on society also knowingly forfeited their birthrights. This could mean that the Doctor and other renegades he fought all lost the right to their own names, making them forbidden things. It would explain why other Time Lords only called him Doctor and only referred to other renegades, such as the Master and the Rani, by their chosen titles. In the 1979 story, The Armageddon Factor, the Doctor runs into a former classmate named Drax, who immediately calls him Theta Sigma, or Theet for short. The hero becomes annoyed, reminding Drax that he is now called Doctor. Nearly a decade later, the 7th Doctor story, The Happiness Patrol, in 1988, clarified that Theta Sigma was merely a nickname he'd earned while at the Prydon Academy on Gallifrey. On screen, this nickname only came up one other time in the 2010 episode The Pandorica Opens, when a message left for the Doctor on the side of a diamond cliff face included the letters in the last line. Many times the Doctor has fallen back on an archetypical alias, John Smith. On screen, he first used this label in the second Doctor adventure, The Wheel in Space, in 1968. The third Doctor used the name habitually since he was working with a military organization that needed to file paperwork. In the 2010 episode, The Vampires of Venice, The 11th Doctor is seen holding a library card that he had obtained when he was still living in a scrapyard on Totter's Lane. The library card listed him as John Smith, so he had also used that name during his first life. The 1998 novel, The Witch Hunters, by Steve Lyons, said that the Doctor adopted this moniker because he recalled that Susan's favorite band was John Smith and the Common Men, which she also mentioned on screen during An Unearthly Child. But where did the title of Doctor come from? In his first 2 TV story arcs, the hero remarks that he had been a research scientist on his planet and was not a doctor of medicine, though he did pick up a medical knowledge in later adventures. So did he have the Gallifreyan equivalent of a doctorate in some field of science? Perhaps several. The 2013 episode, The Name of the Doctor, confirmed that he had held this rank before leaving his home. Yet after choosing to leave behind his people, and even his name, the hero could have chosen any new epithet. Why stick with the academic title of Doctor? The modern program has proposed some ideas on the matter, which we'll get into later. In the 26 seasons of the classic program, and the past several years of the modern-day show, our hero has been specifically called Doctor Who on television only once, by an artificial intelligence called Wotan, in the TV story The War Machines. In the spin-off pilot, K9 and Company, a young man asks, "Who is the Doctor?" and the titular robot dog responds, "Affirmative." There is also a TV story entitled Doctor Who and the Silurians. Fans have explained these instances as fans often do. The title of the Silurian story, being only a title, doesn't cause any worry. As for Wotan, the artificial intelligence could have decided to refer to our character as Doctor Who because, being a computer, it considered it inaccurate to refer to a man solely by a title that belonged to many professionals. As for K9's response, perhaps he was noting that who is the Doctor is a question constantly surrounding the hero. Then again, maybe we just shouldn't take the occasionally limited dog too seriously. At times, the Doctor joked about refusing to give his own name and about how often he's been asked Doctor Who. After introducing himself in the Highlanders, the second Doctor adopted the alias of Dr. von Wur, Wur being German for who or somebody. In the Daemons, the Doctor claimed to be a wizard named Qui Qui Quad, a merging of the masculine, feminine, and neuter forms of the Latin word meaning who. But despite the character's official name being Doctor, many BBC releases, along with the show's creators, staff, and actors over the years and up to today, have still referred to him as Doctor Who. Many novelizations of the TV stories did this in their titles, the first of which being Doctor Who in an Exciting Adventure with the Daleks. In the first comic strip series in TV Comics, the hero introduces himself on multiple times, literally as Doctor Who. Along with this, the end credits of the television program itself called him Doctor Who, or spelled out Doctor Who, from 1963 all the way until 1981, when then producer John Nathan Turner altered it to The Doctor. When the modern program began in 2005, the credits again labeled the hero as Doctor Who until David Tennant took over the role and it changed back to The Doctor. Moral of the story? The hero has used many names, and it's not a crime to call him Doctor Who in conversation, despite heated claims in online forums and at conventions. Please remember that all the dialogue in today's video comes from the book Doctor Who, Celebrating 50 Years, A History by Alan Kistlers. Please purchase this book if you have enjoyed this. But today, for a recommendation, we are going to watch George Gently. George Gently is a detective series set in the swinging 60s. I have watched the pilot episode on Acorn TV and enjoyed it very much. But for a Doctor Who tie-in, we have 2 actors, if not more, that come from the series. We have someone from The Fires of Pompeii and someone from the Satan pit / impossible planet. So enjoy Doctor Who, enjoy George Gently, stay safe, social distance, wear your mask. Enjoy your journey through time and space, and I will see you again very soon.
Against the white?
Good night.
No, he's not up against the light. But I'm getting that good movement.